did I last use it? I'm not the only one, am I? If I manage to condense this video into something that makes sense, I'm not the only one. You'll be watching it. Please tell me I'm not the only one. This is how it all started. I was looking for some plasticine. I don't know if you're anything like me, but honestly, I do my own head in. I so want to be organised. I so want to be able to make stuff, do the videos. I've got so much junk. Oh, and a cat. Blocked myself off. I haven't even got the wall straightened yet to do a video. And it's either my mum comes in or my cat comes in. I wanted to see if I got some plasticine. I used to have some plasticine. It's in a drawer over there, in a filing cabinet, which is buried behind storage stuff and a green screen. So I cleared it all out the way, found another space for my green screen, which actually I'll show you because the cat's just meowing anyway. Hang on, let me show you. Also, I'll show you what I've done here. I've got a shower rail going along here to put my backdrops on, but this is my bedroom behind here. Hang on. So there's my bedroom. Behind my guitar is a green screen. I was quite pleased that it fitted in that little space there. That's my bed. However, there were a load of floor tiles. You can see that pink floor tile there. That was another project I did. Decided I was going to get fit. Got myself a Swedish ladder. I was so excited about it. However, I couldn't get it attached to the wall for some reason. This was about 4 years ago now. In fact, somebody's actually going to come and sort it out because we're having a roof done in the conservatory. Somebody's actually going to fix it to the wall properly. But it needs to go all the way through the brickwork to the outside because there's nothing for any of the bolts to grab hold of in the wall, in the interim. I even cut out the skirting board and everything to fit it. I now have a Swedish ladder up there with doing nothing. So I also got all this flooring and everything because it's a laminate flooring. I only got it because I wanted to hang upside down. I found a load of floor tiles. Couldn't stuff them under the bed because the bed's full of mic stands, easels, half part of a mannequin, a toolbox, and a box of stuff from my childhood. Couldn't get it under the bed. I managed to shove it up on top of the wardrobe, on top of the guitar, a sleeping bag, something else which I can't actually recognise. So then, my new top that I got is now covered in dust and cobwebs. And I'm absolutely shattered. And all I wanted to do was see if I'd got some plasticine. And also, this shower rail doubles up now as a bleeding clothes rail because I can't get to my wardrobe. That blue case is full of lighting equipment and all stuff we use for the lovies when we're filming the sitcom. And there's more props and stuff behind there. Anyway, I'm going to shut this now. Cat stopped meowing. And bearing in mind, I do have chronic fatigue, and even though I'm going through quite a good period at the moment, it shatters me thinking about it all. And then I go through things and I think I might need that. And I'm like, when did I last use it? I've got a filing box thing, a metal thing. Anyway, with a handle on it, it's got these things you put papers and stuff in it. I got that about 15 years ago when I was doing an animation. I got it to order it all out. What is it? End up keeping it in some cardboard box, all the drawings that I did. So this is sat there taking up space and I'm thinking, oh yeah, but I might need it. It has got stuff in it. What's it got in it? It's got bloody little shelves in from a bookshelf, which is up there. And in order to stuff as much stuff in it as I possibly can, I took some of the shelves out. But did I throw them away? No, don't do that. I mean, that bookshelf cost me a £5 or something for a second-hand shelf. No, don't throw them away. You might need them. You never know. On the flip side of that is I also do know that whenever I get rid of stuff, which isn't very often, you can guarantee within a day or a week, you'll be like, what did I do with such and such? Oh, I gave it away. Oh, I could really use that. It's the same with clothes. I don't like getting rid of any clothes because they could be used as dressing up clothes. For anything that we're filming, you never know. Scarves, hats. Oh, God. I live in a very small place with my mum who's got her room and she's just as bad because she was making things as well. Up until I was little, she was doing floristry, got stacks of materials, stuffing galore. Stuffing for soft toys. I was making them as well and Mum was making stuff. It's endless, and the worst thing is I've got things up the loft and we've ended up with squirrels, mice or rats or all of them up the loft at some point, and wasps, and they've eaten stuff. I bought a pogo stick. Always wanted a pogo stick at this particular point. I was working doing stained glass and the guy I worked with said, oh, you're going to just fall off that and break your arm. I said, that'll be fine. But that stuck in my head. Every time I went on it, I thought, what if I do fall and break my arm? Actually, I did fall off it. And I fell on my wrist backwards, and amazingly I was fine. Bit like roller skates. They all went up the loft because I couldn't get this little thought going in my head, this negative seed that had been planted. And the next time I looked up the loft, something had eaten all the foam off my pogo stick and it was all over the loft. Well, they hadn't eaten it, they just destroyed it and left black stuff everywhere. So I was really disappointed about that. I think my roller skates are okay. So I just thought I'd do this video because my life is just so fucking chaotic. No matter what I try to do, it's a complete mess. I've still got my old computer there. There was nothing wrong with it apart from the fact Apple decided that you can't use it anymore. I'd had it for 10 years or something. It was brilliant, but it just wouldn't update anymore. So it was useless. I thought this might be interesting for other people who are in a similar situation. My bedroom is crammed packed with stuff, which I just don't want to let go of. Pens. Oh, I love my Sharpie pens. I have got pens upon pens upon pens. Sharpie pens. The last time I used them, I can't tell you. I know when I last used them.
It was last year when I got ill again and I started just colouring in, so I printed off some of my own drawings and just started colouring them in because it's actually quite therapeutic. It's really nice. I like colouring in.
I just found, because I'm making these puppets, this is what I'm supposed to be doing today. Making puppet pans, or trying to design my own puppet pan. I've got various things here which I've stuck together and I need to sort of combine them to make the right shape that I need. I was looking for some plasticine, that was it. This is how it all started. I was looking for some plasticine so I could make a model head. And I thought if I make a model head, the shape that I want, which is this, Boo Boo's head, the puppet that I'm going to be making, and that's the side. I thought the best thing I can do is get my plasticine out, and it doesn't matter if it's small because I can scale it up, and then I can actually drape scraps of material.
Another thing I'm going to have to find, isn't it? We've got some eggs in the cupboard, I know where they are, they'll do.
But just to try and work out how I might make a pattern. I've also got some balloons coming today. If all else fails, use a balloon.
When I first started doing some papier mache years ago,
I just remembered at primary school, we put newspaper and wallpaper paste around a blown up balloon.
I set up a business doing that, but it was amazing what I managed to create. My models just got bigger and bigger. They were supposed to be for window displays. Got myself an air compressor for the painting, because to start with I started with relatively large balloons and used car spray paints. I made it really big and then you garnished them on top. I made things like a frog, a person, it's quite freaky. Some lions which were really big, things got bigger and I made some frogs in a bathtub, an old fashioned bathtub. I made a butler who held a sign. I've got an air compressor. Wow, you can get, back in the day, this is probably going back 20 years now, but you could get balloons that blew up to sort of 4 or 5 feet. I was just like, whoa. So I did, of course, I bought these giant balloons and I made this whopping great spider that was as tall as me.
Really, really good fun. I digress yet again. Going back to balloons, when I was trying to make the head for my Boo Boo puppet, I found an egg-shaped free pattern online, and I just thought, it would be easier just to get a balloon and blow it up and do what I want to do with the modelling clay. But me, being impatient, because the balloons haven't arrived yet.
And because it's bank holiday Monday and I live in the middle of nowhere,
So
I'm not likely to go and get some balloons, and they can't just be any balloons, they've got to be sort of that shape balloon, because some balloons aren't the right shape.
I thought plasticine would be the way forward. I know I have some plasticine. However, when I started working at the stained glass place, there was quite a lot of space to store stuff there, so I got rid of a load of stuff.
And I made my bedroom again and I made this little area here. It was clearer than this.
Obviously I've accumulated more stuff.
So that I could use my computer and start doing design work.
So everything went there. Then I got ill. The business had to close because I was meant to be taking it on, but
I wasn't well enough to do so, and it was a shame because it had been going for 30 odd years. My friend, he wasn't my friend to start with, he was my friend now. He wanted to retire, he was in his 70s, still is in his 70s. He'd had enough of the commitment to 6 days, 7 days a week.
I digress. So what I'm saying is, my plasticine was probably went there, along with my pillar drill, all my tools, everything was work related. What do you want? Eh? Come on then. Then my friend, who'd just done out his loft and had nothing in there, said he'd put my stuff up the loft. So it's all up his loft. Plan is to get a shed, to get a studio built, but it costs money. We haven't got much space in the garden.
We've got chickens in there, so I can't wait till they take it.
So some other things I found in my drawer, which could be useful for the puppets, is some pencils. I've now put them in a tin. I must have had these pencils for 20 years. I've got 3 packets of pencils. Do I need 3 packets of pencils? Oh, maybe I do, because
When I decided to do some puppet artwork using canvas, but you never know, do you?
I mean, okay, a packet of pencils isn't really going to take up too much space, but I've got 3 of them, as well as all the Sharpie pens. And the other thing I like to collect are things like bags for paper.
Hang on, I'll show you. I've got one here. I've been debating about this as well.
Something like this. I mean, it's great, isn't it? Have I ever used it? No. How wonderful is that? It's on the floor now. I must have 3 or 4 things like that. I have a double bookshelf, which you can just see the end of it up there. It goes all the way along.
To the end of the bed, and then one of them at the width of the bed. I've only got a single bed.
And I've noticed in that corner there, I've also got all these little like filofax type things. Oh God, I need my own space. You wait, Mum will come in a minute. That's the video for today, and hopefully I've got all these filofax things, and I know why I've got them, because I love learning foreign languages.
I do it in batches, so I'll spend 3 months maybe really intensely trying to learn about 9 or 10 languages, and then I leave it, and then I go on to the sitcom, and then I leave that, and then I go on to the puppet making, although the puppet is part to do with the sitcom.
So actually at the moment, a lot of what I'm doing is all to do with the sitcom. I'm fascinated with foreign languages. So I've got box folders upon box folders.
Looking up there, but they're not very well, they're down there. I've got 10 box folders with each language, plus extra folders with other stuff in, because at one point I was with italki, the Pod 101, Japanese Pod 101, Thai Pod 101, Hungarian Pod 101, Pod 101s.
So much stuff. But I'm not going to get rid of it. Half the books are language books.
Baba the Elephant. Loads of Mr. books in German and French. I can't get it then because it's an ongoing thing with me. It always has been since I was about 20.
They can't go, but they need a place to be. And also, I've got an A3 printer, which is great. It's brilliant, but it's huge. So for my printer, because it was on the desk and I needed space to put my camera up, which I'm not using at the moment, I'm using the computer camera because I haven't set my tripod up yet because we were using it to film the other week. So I had to get a table that was narrow enough, but also big enough to fit the printer on. I mean, the printer's what? Huge and heavy. So I've got a massive, great big long old desk. I love it because it's got drawers.
Got a little bit you pull out, you can put stuff on it, quite deep, so that's great. And then I've got a wheelie trolley that goes underneath.
Full of shit. I don't even know what I've put in it now. It was all organised when I put it in there.
I haven't pulled it out to use it. There's a shelf underneath, it's full of stuff.
If I manage to condense this video into something that makes sense, you'll be watching it now. Please tell me that I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I do know I'm not the only one. I can't be. It doesn't help when you've got a friend who is really organised, literally a minimalist. Having said that, he's the one that's got all my stuff up his loft. So that was a couple of weeks ago. Where am I now? Did I find my plasticine? No, I didn't. I ordered some, which would have been so much easier if I'd just done that in the first place. What did I get? Nom 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 nom. Of course, I ordered 6 kilos of plasticine. Why not? When it came, I thought I may have overdone it a bit. I mainly got red. I got some blue in case I wanted to add on extra bits. So what did I do with it? Well, along with the plasticine, I also ordered an armature, a base with a pole on and a little metal bit that you could put your plasticine or your clay on to model the head for the puppet that I'm making. So I was very excited about that. Paid for next day delivery. Next day, they told me the armature wouldn't be in for 6-8 weeks. So I made an armature, but that's another video. And this is what I made with the plasticine. Da, 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 da. It's very heavy. It's only meant to be about that big. And then you make the pattern, scale it up, and then print it off. Oh no. I've actually had to use a ball cock. That's what's underneath this. That's why it's ended up being so big. And in fact, it's actually the perfect size. So I don't need to dap about messing with the pattern. I just use this. Anyway, that's my plasticine head. And there's one of my armatures that I made. There is another one. So I got the plasticine on and tried my hardest to get the shape of the head from the side profile and from the front profile. When I made the mouth, I didn't at that point have any clay modelling wire cutters, so that should have been cut out better than it was. And I also added some cheeks. Now I wasn't sure if that would be a good idea to do the cheeks like this, or whether I should do the head, make the fur pattern, and then make some cheeks separate and stuff them and put them on. But actually, as I've progressed a bit further down the line, I think this was the best idea. I don't want the cheeks to be really obvious. I don't want them to be like a shape or a different colour or anything like that, so that's how I've done it. These cut lines are where I cut the masking tape. That's the next stage of the videos that I do for making a puppet. There we go. I didn't find my plasticine. It's probably at my friend's loft, but as it happens, there wouldn't have been enough to do this. My next video will be how to make the armature that I made for the plasticine head. Then I shall start showing you how I made the puppet. The other thing I just wanted to say is that about 2 weeks ago I went and got my makeup done professionally, and I bought all professional makeup, as you can't see, mainly for the sitcom, but then I thought, no, I'll use it when I do my YouTube channel, just, you know, look a bit better. Have I got time to put makeup on? No! It took her an hour to do my makeup. So I've got lots of unopened makeup as well with all the junk. Once I've got the backdrop set up, the lighting set up, the camera set up and everything else set up, I will start to be a bit more professional and I'll put my makeup on. Or not. 2 so the whole thing's got quite... Oh God, if she's not... I'm recording! What? I don't... Black! I'm recording! God's sake, is that important right now? Stop recording.